change in once again. Far side, possession will be flung back up to Hildebrand. Hildebrand looking for the headman pass, unable to complete it. This may send the Crew back the other way as they've got Robertson going through. Valentine patiently looking for something to develop. The flip over near side. Robertson still hangs on for the moment. Tried to get a shot away. That hit the Outlaws player square in the jersey. Will bounce all the way back down into St. Albert territory. Met up at the corner. Shot clock goes. A heavy collision right after the shot clock went. Right in front of the Crude cage, and that was Karen Hutchings knocking down the Crude player. He may get a penalty for that. Interference the call. Hutchings to the box for 2, and the Crude with the first power play of this contest. So now Crude with the power play. The first shot of the advantage off the stick of Wells was stopped by Couturier. Shorthanded opportunity here for the Outlaws with a blaze of speed, and the chance from Cook did not miss by much. Far side. Outlaws killing time as patiently it's Weatherby. Far side navigating his way deeper into St. Albert territory, content to just run the shot clock out. Weatherby keeping it out of the swinging stick of the Crew player as he'll go around, run it down to 4, barge in, try and get a shot, diving shot. A little Dylan Holloway-esque kind of chance there, but unable to catch it. And now the Crude down to 50 seconds in this power play. Will look to score the first tally of the game. Good passing play. Back up to Robertson at the top. The flip behind the back. Wells a chance. That one denied. Makes it back to the line. Good keep for Robertson. He'll send it across. Chance again turned aside by Couturier. All the way to the far side and then back to the top. Robertson trying to send it through traffic. That didn't miss by much. Back on the near side. Here's a blaze of speed from Cook. Cook sends it in. The chance over top of the net. And the Crude down to 10 seconds here on this advantage. It's Robertson. Carefully walking in. Dropping off near side. Wells. Sending it far. Penalties over. And now a breakaway solo effort here. Chance on goal. Score! Just after the penalty expires, Jacob Goudreau, in all alone, does not make a mistake, and the Outlaws open with a 1-0 lead. Goal scored by Goudreau. Time of the goal, 8:21. Gets the icebreaker. At Beaumont Lacrosse. Excellent standard led by some of the province's most decorated and experienced instructors. They are dedicated to molding well-rounded student athletes. Beaumont Lacrosse, the fusion of sport, academics, personal growth. Unleash your potential at Beaumont Lacrosse. Explore the academy by visiting vimmyedmonton.ca/lacrosse. 1-0 Outlaws now, and they're looking for more as it's Weatherby far side. Running in, dropping it back off. Patiently, it's Richardson. We'll send it even further back. And the pass comes near side. Maloney, flip over. Grace trying to get it back over to Hildebrand. Nothing doing there. A collision into the boards. And it'll be an Outlaw possession as we are guessing for the moment. The signal is indeed Outlaws possession. Past the 9-minute mark here of the first period, 1-0 on the home side's behalf. Hildebrand navigating around, net dislodged, so play stops. They'll move the net back in and get set to resume play. Far side is where it'll start. It'll be sent back to Maloney. Maloney dropping it over to Grace. Carter Grace. Pass over as Hobday. Pass the shot. Turned aside. Crude will scoop it up. Looking to tie things up, but stick check as McConnell locked in on the Beaumont's end. McConnell behind the net, still with possession as he's getting double-teamed against the end boards. McConnell doing everything he can to maintain, but unable to do so in the end. Outlaws with relentless back-check pressure will bring it now into Crude territory. Waiting is Polson. Polson, flip over near side. Hanging on for the moment is Turner, Connor Turner. With a flip pass, and then back to Weatherby. Weatherby will run in on his own chance. Score! Jackson Weatherby finds a route to the net and does not miss. Puts it in the top corner. Outlaws extend to a 2-0 lead past the halfway point of the first. Explore Fort Saskatchewan to discover a place where family fun meets opportunity. Visit the historic downtown, scenic parks, and river valley. Work in a thriving community. Play where every moment is memorable. Visit, work, and play in Fort Saskatchewan. Outlaws, of course, final game will be at the Moyer Rec Center near Fort Saskatchewan, and they're looking for some momentum going into that final game. They've got a good start on that part, 2-0 early in this game, 9:20 to go in the first. Crude looking for those spots, and they will get it off the stick of Dawson James. St. Albert needed that to stem the tide. James finds the lane, puts it through 2-1. So we've got a game here. Outlaws get the first two, and now St. Albert cuts the lead down to 2-1. 9:15 to go in the first. So less than 30 seconds after the Outlaws made it 2-0. That 2-goal lead is short-lived. It goes back down to 1. And St. Albert will now look for the tying tally. Walking in is Albrecht. His chance does not make it through. Scooped up on the far side, Wedman. Loses control at the last second. Outlaws will have a chance going the other way as they got 3 players in. This is a good chance. There's the shot. There's the tally from Wyatt Polson. 3 goals combined from both sides in less than a minute as Wyatt Polson restores the 2-goal edge for Beaumont. So 10-17, 10-45, and now 11-11 times the tallies. It's gone from 1-0 to 3-1 in the blink of an eye. It's off. They'll tie up. It'll be flipped over to the near side. Crude trying to bounce that into their possession, but that will turn things over to Beaumont. And the Outlaws already have the 3-1 lead. Looked to add on. As Hobday has it on the near side. Hobday sends it across. They'll play give and go. Dickin tried to hang on. Dickin scoops it up. Tries the shot. Turned aside. And the Crude back the other way now. Changes on the fly occurring for both sides. Crude have it at the far boards. They'll be dropped off into the possession of Wells. Maintained. Wells walking in. Ends it across. Here's the chance off the stick of Nestor. Hung on briefly, and then Outlaws force it back into their hands. It's the trailer, Hobday looking to receive the pass. He eventually will after it bounces around. Hobday has it in the corner. Looks back all the way to the point at Hildebrand. Hangs on, looks for something to develop. Tried the centering feed. It goes all the way to Hobday. He'll try the near corner, but that was well defended. Maintained now by Hildebrand. Goes around the cage. Sends it back up. Hobday trying to walk in. Sends the shot just wide of the target. And St. Albert will look to start back up now. They'll be hung on to as they cross the line, complete the change, and send it to the far side. All the way across, it comes to Robertson. Robertson twisting and turning, trying to find a path to the net. Instead, he'll just drop it off for Wells. Wells shoots one through traffic, and getting the equipment on that is Couturier. Outlaws back across the middle of the floor, 6:40 to go. Whistle goes, and we have an infraction on the play. That will send the Outlaws player to the box, that being the one wearing number 27. So Crude on to their second power play of this contest. Be sure to get your CROW LAX TV 50/50 tickets. Draw will take place following the playoffs on Monday, July 29th. Maximum take home of $10,000. Scan the QR code on your screen now or visit social media channels for more information at CROW LAX TV on Instagram and X. And right off the hop, 12 seconds in, the Crude find a way through Outlaws netminder Issa Couturier. So they're now 1 for 2 on the advantage. And leading the path back into the box is Wells. Likely the goal scorer cuts the lead to 3-2. St. Albert not going away quietly. Crude cutting the lead back down to 1 on the Outlaws. Tie up. There's a stumble there as Maloney is tripped, so Avery Stenson announced as the goal scorer on the Crude side. 3-2 the score. Outlaws want to respond and return to having a 2-goal edge. Chance through traffic is turned aside. This could be a chance, a 2-man breakaway. Hustling back into the play. They'll try and get the shot off, and it's stopped by Couturier off the stick of Wedman. A little bit of a delayed change for the Outlaws, but now they'll look for one of their own. Walking back in, Goudreau already with a tally in this game. Goudreau hassled as he tries to find it back to the net. Whistle goes. It looks like a penalty forthcoming. And the third walk to the box of this first period. We'll see which side it's for. It will be for St. Albert this time, so the first advantage for the Outlaws of the contest. Aiden Valentine, 2 or less, he will sit. Grayson Maloney will start. This advantage for the Outlaws. Pass up ahead, Grace sending it across. They'll do a perimeter passing play. As Hildebrand sends it back to Maloney. Maloney all the way over top of the net. Back up top. Hildebrand's shot went past the cage. They'll return it to Hildebrand. He'll try again. Pad save on that one. Hildebrand. Maloney. Across. Grace. Sending it down and getting it back. Carter Grace. Back to Maloney. Chance. Hits the Crude logo of the keeper. Outlaws with 3 gather. Maloney setting it down low. Hildebrand back over to Grace. Grace had trouble handling that hot pass. Returns to Maloney. Maloney. Hildebrand waits. Shoots. Another good save. Turned in. As back up top, Maloney, Hildebrand, shot once again. A tremendous save. Long pass up ahead. It's Robertson. Robertson, solo effort, shot. He'll put it over the keeper. Nifty move, but it's not going to count. So we think 3-2 remains the score. That was a nice play nonetheless. Outlaws get away here and have a chance now to convert. As Grace will send it back over to Hildebrand. Hildebrand, far side. Scoops it up. Returns it to Maloney. Maloney, down low. Losing control of it briefly is Walker. Back out Hildebrand. His shot does not make it through the traffic in front. Crude will have one more opportunity as the penalty winds down. 10 seconds remaining in it. Crude will do their best to just run it out and await the opportunity once Ballantyne's out of the box as he comes back onto the floor. Even strength. 3.5 minutes to go in the first period. A 3-2 score favoring the Outlaws. Obday sending it across, and now we're going to have a fight in between. Flash marks in behind the net, and they are trading him right in front of the window panes. This has some energy into it. They will knock down. What a battle. Seemed to come out of nowhere, but they threw haymakers. And the sign of respect with the handshakes afterward, as it was Carter Grace on the Outlaws side. And for the Crude, Grayson Albrecht. So Grayson Albrecht with the tangle behind the net. As you can feel the emotion starting to ratchet up here. See if any other infractions come out of the play. There was a hand up before the fight broke out. And I think that's what the discussion's going to be about. Want to make sure they get this right. I'd like to remind you of the Chaos Junior Lacrosse Club and its franchise, Southern Alberta Chaos, are excited to announce they'll be hosting the McDonald Cup this year. 2024 event will be hosted in the Centennial Regional Arena in Brooks, Alberta from August 7 to 11. After hiatus of 27 years, the Port Coquitlam Saints in BC successfully hosted the 2023 tournament, where the Cranbrook Black Holes became the first champions of the rechristened McDonald Cup since 1995. The 8-team event was highly enjoyed by athletes, volunteers, and the numerous lacrosse fans that attended. Please join us this August for more information. Visit mcdonaldcup.ca. 2 on the board on the St. Albert side, with Albrecht being sent off to the dressing room. It'll be served by Ballantyne. 3:27 to go in the first period. 3-2 Outlaws lead for the moment. They'll look to tack on. It'll be started off by Maloney. Hildebrand playing the give and go. Back up top, Maloney. Around with Grace being off. It's now Dickin who takes his place. Hildebrand to Maloney. Maloney shot right into the Crude logo. And sent back out. They'll chase Dickin back towards his own zone. Now a chance here as Hildebrand sends to Maloney, down to the line and back to Hildebrand. Maloney across, gets it back. His shot again turned aside. Crude now look to kill some time off as they force it all the way over to the side. Now collected, sent back to Hildebrand. Hildebrand to Maloney. Maloney sends it. Obday gets the pass from Dickin. Across, chases Hildebrand all the way to the boards. He'll return it to Maloney. Maloney to Obday and back. Hildebrand had trouble handling the return feed. Hildebrand will just try and send one through traffic. That'll hit the end boards and bounce all the way back out to center. Shot clock expires. Crude have possession here with 36 seconds left in the penalty being served by Valentine. Walking in, it's Robertson. Robertson on the near side. Hangs onto it for as long as he can. Crude content to just run as much time remaining off this infraction. And Robertson will finally send it up ahead. Twisting and just spinning that one deep into the zone. Shot clock runs out. Still 10 seconds for the Outlaws to make something happen with this advantage. They'll at least get it in as Maloney awaits. Penalty is over. Teens even strength. Maloney hangs on, sends it down to Walker. Walker, shot, score! Walker got the pass off, I believe. And this shot was perfect. It'll be a 4-2 lead for Beaumont with 1:18 left in the first. .1842 time of the goal. 4-2 lead. As Beaumont has their third 2-goal edge of this contest. So Hobday, the one who got the pass from Walker and converted. They'll be walked back in to the Outlaw zone. As St. Albert gets set up, Robertson takes it, sends it down to Wells. Wells walking around, trying to find an open teammate. He'll instead just fire it right through traffic. That'll hop up into the netting. It'll be a St. Albert possession. A smart play with nothing else seeming available. St. Albert still has possession as they reset the clock. Far side, waiting. Trying to get all the way across. Robertson retrieves shot. Didn't miss by much. They try and recollect in the corner. Good back-checking pressure by the Outlaws as they have not allowed much to reach their keeper. And then Couturier has made the requisite saves. We bounce down low. Couturier, the flip up ahead. As he had Sutherland give it to a teammate. Chance for one last play here for the Outlaws before the end of the period. Hobday, the last goal scorer, will send it down for Sutherland. Back up top. 1 second left. They'll get a shot off. It's turned aside. And the period draws to a close with a 4-2 lead on the home side's favor. And we'll take the opportunity to remind you that CROW LAX TV and the RMLL Junior B Tier 1 Division proud to be supporting the Chris Latondra Wellness Foundation, Canadian Mental Health Association, to implement their Talk Today program named in honor of Chris Latondra, the beloved player of the game who we lost a few years ago to mental health issues. The Latondra Wellness Foundation was formed in 2021 to preserve the memory and call the lacrosse community to action in support of mental health in the game of lacrosse and beyond. Donations can be made by visiting our social media channels for a direct link at CROW LAX TV on Instagram and X. 4-2 the score after a full period of play. We'll be back with more. Back for the second period. We had quite a bit of action both ways in the first period. Beyond just the 6 goals that were scored, the fight as well between Carter Grafe and the Crude player involved in that fight was Grayson Albrecht. That's one of the better ones that you'll see throughout this season. And for a game that ultimately won't mean much in terms of positioning in the standings, you know it means a lot for pride for both sides. 4-2 our scores were heading into the second period. We're about set to begin with the opening draw at center. Outlaws and Crude, final game for the Crude, who are coming off a split last weekend. They lost the first game against the Rebels and won 12-5 versus the Rockies the next day. And the Outlaws coming off 15-9 defeat at the hands of the Warriors. So both teams just looking to finish strong. We're underway in the second as Beaumont has possession to start. Brett Murray navigates his way out of his own zone on the far side. Murray sending it down to Maloney. Maloney will hang on for the moment, then send it back up. Hobday scored the last tally of the first. He'll play give and go with Maloney. Far side still, sent back to Hobday. Hobday all the way down onto the stick of Hildebrand. His shot turned aside. Near side will be run into and collision as Beaumont is trying to make a change. St. Albert will come away with it. Bouncing ball turned over. Beaumont now with it once more. Hanging on for the moment. It was Richardson who's ultimately turned aside. And now St. Albert starting back up as it's Wedman with a giveaway. And now almost a chance. They almost had Sutherland sprung loose, blazing in, trying to find the trailer. He'll bounce to the near side. That's where it's picked up by Nestor. Nestor sends it back up top. Wrist dance through traffic, and it finds its way in. Robertson took the shot, and that somehow navigated through a whole bunch of bodies and found the back of the cage. 1:38 in to the second period. It's a 4-3 game. Beaumont has not yet had a lead larger than 2. They've had 3 2-goal leads, and each time St. Albert has responded. So it stays close. Scramble draw. Knocked down, and we're going to have another conversation. Sent off to the box will be number 15. That's Oscar Twells. And the Outlaws will get their second straight power play. Both teams now have had 2 advantages so far in this contest. Explore Fort Saskatchewan, discover a place where family fun meets opportunity. Visit their historic downtown, scenic parks, and river valley. Work in a thriving community. Play where every moment is memorable. Visit, work, and play in Fort Saskatchewan. Of course, the Outlaws will be playing near Fort Saskatchewan for their final contest of the season. That's at Moyer Rec Center. To finish off the slate, it'll be against the Rebels. They're looking for some momentum hanging into that game. Passing play around as they're on the advantage. Sent back to Maloney. Across Hildebrand. Hildebrand back to Maloney. Scoops up and then turns it over. And here's a chance going back the other way. And whistle goes. We have another penalty coming up by the looks of it. It will be signaled against Beaumont. And making the long walk to the box. Nobody yet. Correct that. That's not against Beaumont. That's against the Crude. And off to serve it, Nash Knowlton. So here's an opportunity to restore the 2-goal lead for Beaumont. Matching 2-minute penalties. Five-on-3 advantage. They're just adjusting the clock here as one of the penalties was already underway. So while they get that figured out, 2:16 into the second, it's a 4-3 score. I'll take the opportunity to remind you that at Beaumont Lacrosse, excellence is a standard. Led by some of the province's most decorated and experienced instructors, they are dedicated to molding well-rounded student athletes. Beaumont Lacrosse is the fusion of sport, academics, and personal growth. Unleash your potential with Beaumont Lacrosse. Explore by visiting beaumontedmonton.ca/lacrosse. Not quite sure exactly how much time had elapsed from the first penalty, and that's obviously what they're getting straightened out. Down at the box, it will be a lengthy 5-on-3 nevertheless. Beaumont with a golden opportunity to extend their lead. I'll put it back up. It's a minute 31 of 5-on-3 time. And of course, an extra 29 seconds as Knowlton will serve the second minor. We're back underway. Hildebrand sending it down low and getting it back. Hildebrand across. And they'll pass around the illegal substitution call. Made a good save by the Crude keeper. Hildebrand back down low. Waiting. Trying to find a seam. There was Walker. Could not do so. An excellent save. And it'll be flung back out to the other end of the rink. Selected by the Outlaws and starting back the other way is Goudreau. Goudreau, far side, sends it up ahead. Maloney across Hildebrand. Walker, back to Hildebrand. They play a passing game around, trying to find the shot for Dickin and unable to get that through. St. Albert once again with the clear, but this time they have possession, so they'll be able to run some clock. Wedman with a chance. He was looking for Nestor. Turned aside. Down to 26 in the 5-on-3. As Beaumont will get started up once again. They'll be on the near side and play is whistled. It will be a St. Albert possession. So that may do it for the 5-on-3. As the Crude walk it in. Robertson tries to find the pass over to Wells. Cannot do it. Beaumont has a break. Here's a chance. It's Goudreau. He shoots and scores. And he scores just before the penalty ends, which is crucial as they will stay on the advantage for 30 seconds after restoring a 2-goal lead. Good solo effort by Goudreau. With 1 second left in the 5-on-3. At 5-3 now the score. 5-on-4. We'll return to that setup. Beaumont with their fourth 2-goal edge of the contest, looking for their first 3-goal lead all night. It'll be St. Albert possession though, and they will do everything they can to just run the clock down. And they will be able to do it. Here's a chance on goal. Wedman the shot, and that didn't make it in. But they accomplished their mission of killing off the rest of the advantage. Outlaws do get their first goal, their first power play goal of the game, and then they find the seam nonetheless. That was a weird developing play, but they'll take it. It's their first 3-goal lead of the night. That's 6-3, 4:20 into the second. That just developed out of nowhere, and that may be Ben Hobday with the second of the evening. 6-3 Beaumont. Be sure to get your CROW LAX TV 50/50 tickets. Draw will take place following the playoffs on Monday, July 29th. The maximum take home of $10,000. Scan the QR code on your screen now or visit our social media channels for more information at CROW LAX TV on Instagram and X. So now St. Albert looking for a response. Tie up there, whistle will go. They announced it as a power play goal. That one was kind of either or as the penalty had just expired as the goal is going in. Another whistle goes, and fighting hard to maintain it is Hutchings. Hutchings sends it over to Hobday. Hobday with 2 of the game so far. Will hang on the far side. Let his teammates get set up. Hobday to Dickens. Dickin back up to Hildebrand. Hildebrand will send that down low. Richardson trying to find the seam. Pardon me, that was Walker. Shot didn't miss by much. Centerer. And Hobday, his chance missed by inches. Beaumont hangs on, though. Hobday. Down low and back up top. Hobday will try the other side. He's got Walker. Walker, the centering feed, and going down hard was the Outlaws player. Will be denied, and St. Albert will look to get started. Whistles going everywhere. See what the call is, as there was a lot of commotion, and St. Albert will have their 4th consecutive minor penalty. This time going off to serve it, Knowlton once again. So Beaumont with 2 announced power play goals in the period will have a chance for number 3 and looking to extend it to a 4-goal edge. 5:39 time of the penalty. We get started with Hildebrand playing a give and go. Illegal substitution was the call. As they battle hard, Hobday trying to work it in on goal. It'll be scooped up eventually as Hobday crashed to the floor. St. Albert with possession here. Or sorry, that's Beaumont with possession. Hildebrand goes across. Waiting, shooting was Grayson Maloney. That will bounce all the way back down to his own end. Retrieved by Couturier, and they'll send Maloney away. Maloney up to Hildebrand. 40 seconds into the advantage. Hildebrand plays give and go, and will try the shot. He instead deferred. Shot does go wide. Hildebrand trying to scoop it up, but it'll bounce into the Outlaws bench. So St. Albert possession. Lucas Bowie collects far side. Crude looking for a response. Broken stick slides across the center of the court as St. Albert hangs on. Broken stick will be returned to the Crew bench. They have it on the far side. Trying to find a way through was McConnell. Could not do so. Now he'll be back the other way with a hustle. The chance did not miss by much. Through possession again. 35 seconds left in the advantage. Nestor walking in ahead of the play. It's held on the far side by Wedman. Twisting and turning. Giving the pass up ahead. And then centered. Walker, his chance. Missed by inches. And Beaumont gets up ahead. Goudreau already with 1. Goudreau trying to drop it off. That pass did not connect. It'll be near side. Tie up in the corner as 3 players battle hard for it. And along the netting. Goudreau comes away with it. Goudreau hassled, knocked down to the floor. Gets the pass off. Hobday a shot. Turned aside. Penalty is over, but we might be back to an advantage once more. Crude with their 5th penalty in a row. This one will be put on Noah Reich. So Beaumont, with plenty of opportunities to score here, they've got 2 goals with the man advantage already, one of which came at the end of a 5-on-3. They'll look to add a 3rd one to that slate here in this frame. It's Maloney sending up for Hildebrand. Hildebrand cross to Hobday, gives it back, shot, turned aside, and up into the netting. Beaumont maintains Hildebrand, Maloney, and then back to Hildebrand. He'll send her across. Hobday walks around the circle and puts it in on goal. It'll be retrieved by Beaumont. Good scoop there. Hobday drops it off for Maloney. Maloney playing the give and go. He'll send it down to the line and then back up. Hildebrand tries a shot that was patted aside. Shot clock resets. Maloney behind the back. Gives it back for Hobday as they play give and go. Another shot on goal. This time will be scooped up by Crude netminder Will Horn. But then right back in on goal. A shot. Score! Looks like it'll be a hat trick for Ben Hobday. 7-3. Beaumont, the goal coming once again with the man advantage. So 3 goals when up a player or 2 for Beaumont in this frame. They have a 7-3 lead on the Crude. Face off at center. Battle for it. So correction, that's the 2nd of the game for Hobday. But it does come for the 3rd advantage goal of the period. Crude now looking for an answer that they desperately need. Nestor tried to feather it through. At one, turned aside, then sent back up to Robertson. Riley Robertson barging his way through. Draws off. Nestor was hassled as he tried to get a shot away. Nestor behind the net, sends it back out to Wedman. Wedman bounces it wide of the target. That'll be turned over to Beaumont possession. Outlaws look to start on the far side as Cook. We'll see it up ahead. Outlaws gang set up. Maloney takes the pass. Change complete. Maloney drops it off. Spinning around and getting over to the near side. They'll try the flip back up. And a penalty called on the play. See what the call is as we're approaching the halfway point of the contest. 10:01 to go. And this time it'll be against Beaumont. See who goes off. It'll be a Crude advantage. Their 3rd of the game. They are 1 for 2 so far. Ben Hobday has some words for the official as he goes to the box for 2 or less. Hobday still a little bit hot under the collar about that call. St. Albert will take it. Now they look to get back into this one. Down by 4. Halfway through the 2nd period. Robertson gets started. Roughing the call. Robertson the pass over. Will be sent down low off the stick of Stenson. Back up top. Stenson lost at the last second. Now here's a chance. Going away, Weatherby sends in a man alone. A shot, score! And it's Polson who will get his 2nd of the game. Short-handed tally makes it 8-3. So Wyatt Polson has his second. Crude stay on the advantage, 1:38 left in it. Tie up off the draw. Well, it'll be blown. It'll be St. Albert possession. They'll quickly make a change on the fly. Sent back up to the top. Group play, give and go. Robertson hangs on. Sends it back. Pass did not connect with Dawson James. Another shorthanded chance for the Outlaws here is Weatherby. Walks it across. Weatherby hangs on. Still a chance. That one turned aside by Horn. Crude now down to a minute on the power play. Far side, they'll walk it in carefully as changes are completed in the process. Far side back up top for Robertson. Robertson waits, dishes, shot off the stick of Nestor into the paraphernalia. Outlaws keeper Easton Couturier makes the good save and then springs a teammate. Here's a chance, solo effort, this time turned aside by Horn with a good save. Collision at center as Drew bring it back in onside. They'll bounce over to the near corner. Outlaws collect and they'll have a chance to run the rest of the penalty clock down. Weatherby dancing in. Weatherby aware of the clock, runs it into the corner as he waits for support. Weatherby back up top and getting it back. On the far side, penalty is now over. Hobday back on. That'll help the Outlaws in their effort to get another goal on the board. Shot turned aside off the stick of Hildebrand. Through now. Back in. Nestor sees the pass go by him from his teammate on the far side. They'll be given back. Centering feed. Returned to Nestor. Nestor spinning around. Looking for an open lane. He'll get the dish all the way across. Shot for Robertson. Score! Beautiful pass by Nestor. Even more beautiful shot by Robertson. And the Crude finally have an answer. As they get their fourth tally of the game, 7:28 to go in the second. Robertson from Nestor. Time of the goal, 12:32. Now we'll see if the Crew can get some momentum after that tally. As Beaumont sees a run of 4-0 come to an end. Walk it back in. Shot. Turn aside. Falls back to Wedman. Wedman will walk all the way back around. Goal scorer has it in his possession as he'll dancing carefully. They'll be sent back. Walking in now is James. James trying to feather it in on goal. Turned aside. Our corner now. Outlaws will look to come away with this and do. Solo effort on the side is Ellis. Ellis putting it across onto the stick. Down to the corner. Returning it is Goudreau. Up to Hildebrand. Hildebrand sends it down low. Trying for that hat trick is Hobday. His shot did not miss by much. They'll try the pass to the side for Goudreau. He could not hang on to it. St. Albert might be able to come away here. They'll get the flip pass. All the way, they spring Nestor. Nestor shot, turned aside. Tricky save to make for Couturier, and he does so. It'll be a St. Albert possession, but a great save nevertheless. Almost a giveaway there. Will be scooped up by Weatherby. Weatherby up on the far side. Springs a teammate. Solo shot. Turned aside by Horn as he had a burst of speed. Now the equivalent response from St. Albert as they walk back in. Try the top corner shot. They'll find the end boards instead. Wedman cannot find a stick on that. So it'll be instead Sutherland getting it across for Weatherby. Weatherby scoops it up, sends it back up top. Dancing in his Cook. Cook drops it off as it goes behind the net. It was Maloney who could not catch up to it. St. Albert will come away as Wedman is run into the far side boards. Outlaws intercept. Here's another chance. Coming back in. Dickin waits, shoots. Good save by Horn. 5 minutes to go here in the second period. Scoreboard showing a 9-4 edge for Beaumont. Tangle in the far boards as there's a heavy battle going on for it. We're going to have a Beaumont penalty as the battle got a little bit too heavy. And off to serve this one is Wyatt Polson. Looks like they initially got the wrong guy. Polson will come out. And Gavin Osmond will serve. 2 or less, he'll sit. Crude already with 2 power play tallies in the game. They look to add on. And they have the most recent tally here, so they're going to look to climb further back into this game. Starting away with this, Robertson will play give and go. Sent down low and back up top to the point. Nestor at the side of the cage, score! They capitalize. It's Nestor this time with the goal. 8-5 as St. Albert has 2 in a row for the first time this game. Caden Nestor made no mistake with that top corner put away. So things remain interesting. 8-3 has turned into 8-5 after 4-3 turned into 8-3. Who will get the next one? Does St. Albert have some momentum built here? Or can the Outlaws stem the tide? Coming away with this, it's 12s. 12s will wait for everybody to change. Get the pass over to Robertson. Robertson dropped it. He'll be scooped up, walked away by Hildebrand. Hildebrand springs a teammate in on goal. Shot, score! And that was Cohen Sutherland who had the breakaway. Outlaws do stem the tide. 9-5 with 4:11 to go in the second. Owen Sutherland. Beautiful shot on that breakaway chance. So 4:11 to go here. Face off as they tie up and whistle go. It'll be St. Albert possession. They'll get started and have substitutions come on immediately. Here's the pass for Robertson. Shot did not miss by much. Bounces all the way back into the stick of Cook. Peyton Cook walking in. Shot, score! Well, how about that for quick strike? Peyton Cook blazes in, puts it away, and double digits for the Outlaws. It's 10-5. Take the opportunity to remind you that the Chaos Junior Lacrosse Club and its franchise Southern Alberta Chaos are excited to announce they'll be hosting the McDonald Cup this year. 2024 event will be hosted in the Centennial Regional Arena in Brooks, Alberta from August 7th to 11th. Last year was Port Coquitlam, who hosted in BC, where the Cranbrook Black Wolves became the first champions of the rechristened McDonald Cup since 1995. The 8-team event was highly enjoyed, and we encourage your attendance. For more information, visit mcdonaldcup.ca. Crude now want to respond here after they see 2 quick goals by the Outlaws, and they will get the response. Nice backhand sauce on the shot. So a 10-6 score. We'll see who they announce the goal scorer as. I believe it may have been Caden Nestor again. But nevertheless, back and forth we go. As St. Albert not going away quietly. 3:35 to go here. Their tally coming 36 seconds after the Outlaws add 2 in a row. 10-6 score. And even announced that second Outlaws goal. Now they'll have to announce the Crude goal, and the Crude, meanwhile, looking for another response. Nestor indeed with the goal. Stenson drops it off. Far side, it'll be returned to the point. James tries a shot. That one turned aside by Couturier. Outlaws now have possession. It's Hobday, who hangs on while his teammates change on the fly. Hobday sells it down inside of 3 minutes to go in the second. Sent to the far side. Maloney drops it off. There'll be a return for Hobday. Hobday trying to barge his way through. Will instead feather it for Hildebrand near side. He'll try and work his way into the middle of the zone. He went down heavily. And shot clock goes off. St. Albert takes over. Crude looking for a response. 12s has possession. Flip past Robertson. Robertson waits. Hangs on. Sends it across for Nestor. Nestor already at the pair. Drops it in. Trying to barge his way in front was Regan Walker. The shot by Nestor did not miss by much. It fooled everybody, though, as some people thought it was in. But now it's a breakaway the other way. Cook! Score! What people thought was a Crude goal initially turns into a breakaway the other way, and Peyton Cook has the second of the frame. It's 11-6. Well, Peyton Cook has entered this game in a large way. He's got the 2 breakaway tallies for the Outlaws in this period. 11-6, 2:08 to go. Still in the second. We're in for a high-scoring game here, which we didn't think would happen. It was 4-2 after 1. So in just this period alone, we've seen 11 goals. Looks like a timeout will be called. Are we going to see a goaltending change? Yes, we are. So Jordan Peck will come in for Will Horn. Not the greatest of evenings for Horn. Meanwhile, an Outlaws penalty, as that's Joshua Booth in the box for 2 or less. So Crude looking to get everybody going. The goaltending switch, and now they have almost the entire rest of the period to try and bring this back to within 4. We'll see what they announce the penalty as, but it's Booth serving. Riley Robertson awaits the opening play. They're getting the new keeper in for St. Albert. We believe it's Jordan Peck. Gets set up. There's 2:08 to go here in the second period. It's 11-6 score in favor of the Outlaws currently. But the Outlaws will be down a player for 2 or less. Booth sitting in the box. St. Albert with a chance. Cut the lead down to 4 before this period ends. Not sure what the conversation is, but it looks like keeper's ready to go. So we'll be able to begin this advantage. Discussion from the Outlaws bench as they get everybody set up defensively. And we're underway in this advantage. Robertson waiting, sending it down low, back across. Robertson looks to the side. Weatherby announced as the assist on Cook's goal. Shot didn't miss by much. Retreat by Beaumont. The Outlaws have a chance. Weatherby walking in. Here's pass across. The shot is turned aside. Down to 1:30 now on the Crude advantage as they walk it back in. On the far side for the moment. They'll be sent down to Nestor below the goal line. Then back up top. Stenson across. Robertson waits. Nestor. Stenson fends off a back checker, that being Goudreau. They'll bounce back to Robertson. His shot turned aside by Couturier. Near side possession as walking in himself all the way to 2. It's Poulsen. The pass across. Heavy crash into the net as Hutchings took the shot. Knocks the net loose. And gets back up after the fact. Signal is Outlaw possession as we're about to enter the final minute of the second period. 54 seconds left in the penalty to Joshua Booth. Outlaws hang on. They'll be Hildebrand flipping it up to Maloney. Maloney tries the centering feed. Well defended. Crude come away with it. And they'll have chance here. Long pass was picked off by Hildebrand. Back up ahead, Maloney. Maloney walking in. Shot. Knocked away. And then far side. They look to regain possession. Whistle goes. See what the call is. Timeout signal. And with 31.8 seconds left, you understand why St. Albert wants to get things set up here. They have 24 seconds left in this advantage, trying to bring it a little closer to even before the break. So we'll take the opportunity to remind you that CROW LAX TV and the RMLL Junior B Tier 1 Division are proud to be supporting the Chris Letendre Wellness Foundation and the Canadian Mental Health Association to implement their Talk Today program, of course, named in honor of Chris Letendre, a beloved player of the game who passed away while battling mental health issues. The Chris Letendre Wellness Foundation was formed in 2021 to preserve his memory and call the lacrosse community to action in support of mental health in the game of lacrosse beyond. Donations can be made by visiting our social media channels for a direct link at CROW LAX TV on Instagram and X. So following the timeout here, 31.8 seconds left. 1.8 second difference between shot and game clock. But most importantly, 24 seconds of advantage time. Crude are going to pull the netminder here as they look to cash in. So here we go. 24 seconds to try and make something happen. The clock had a glitch in it. Supposed to read 31.8, but it was reading 31 minutes. So they may have to restart. You see something new every day, and I don't think I've quite seen that yet with a 31.8 second clock going to 31 minutes and 8 seconds. But they'll get everything adjusted. And you figure they'll just return to what it was, as the Crew didn't even walk in. They were signaling right away. 31 back up on the game clock. And the penalty clock to be reset, we assume, to 24. Longest 2 minutes of Joshua Booth's year so far as he continues to stand ready to come back on. So here we go, 31 seconds for the Crew to make something happen. Net empty, 6 on 4 as it currently stands. Pass across. Stenson. Nestor. Back towards the top side of that. Nestor scores just as the net was being dislodged. They count it and they convert on the advantage. Nestor puts it home 11-7, 11.7 on the clock. So the move pays off to pull the keeper. 6-on-4, they get the goal. And as you would expect now, with the face-off, Sarah Jordan Peck will come back in to the St. Albert crease. We'll see if anything develops here in this final 11 seconds. You never know. Face-off. They'll tie up. Outlaws battling hard. St. Albert will send that down to Outlaws territory, and they'll just run out the clock. But the Outlaws do extend their lead. It was 4-2 heading into the second. We have a lot of offensive fireworks, but now a 4-goal advantage for the Outlaws. 11-7 as we head to the third. Third period about to begin here. We've got a great game for you here. 11-7. The Outlaws currently lead over the Crude. It's been a back and forth game throughout. And of course, both these teams just playing for pride and for some momentum heading into the end of the season and the start of the next one. There's not much to be determined in the standings, but there's always something to be determined when you want to finish your season strong. St. Albert got one on the advantage right at the end of the second to bring it to within 4. Beaumont has not led by more than 5 goals and 8 points in this game. A little bit of an out-of-town update at last word. Calgary Shamrocks currently leading the Red Deer Rampage 3-2. That game started about a half hour ago, and then starting right about now, Calgary Chill against the Rocky View Silvertops. Rocky View, of course, hosting the Larry Bishop playoffs here. So that'll be awesome for them. And they want to finish their season strong as well. Not sure what the discussion is at the Outlaws bench here, but while they're doing that, everybody gets set up and awaits the opening face-off, which should be forthcoming here. Equivalent discussion as well for the St. Albert bench. Outlaws have one more game after this, of course. Warrior Rec Center versus the Rebels on Sunday. For the Crude, this is their final game. So they want to end on a winning note. Delay continues. So while we get that figured out, Chaos Junior Lacrosse Club and its franchise Southern Alberta Chaos are excited to announce that they'll be hosting the McDonald Cup this year. The 2024 event will be hosted in the Centennial Regional Arena in Brooks, Alberta from August 7th to 11th after a hiatus 27 years. The Port Coquitlam Saints in BC successfully hosted the 2023 edition, where the Cranbrook Black Wolves became the first champions of the rechristened McDonald Cup since '95. The 18 event was highly enjoyed by athletes, volunteers, and numerous fans that attended. Please join us this August. For more information, visit mcdonaldcup.ca. Looks like the discussion is related to what we saw in the second period when the backup goalie came in. There's an equipment issue by the looks of it, but nevertheless, we're finally underway in the third period as they'll be brought in by Wedman to start. Outlaws will get possession back and bring it ahead on the far side. Headman pass Maloney, a shot, just missed on the near side. Crude will knock it away. He'll fall into the possession of 12s. He'll get far side. They'll hang on as the Crude make wholesale changes. Maintain for the moment. We'll look around. The trailer comes in. It's Wells. Wells to Robertson. Robertson waiting. Dishing. Shot. That one off the stick of Knowlton. Did not miss by much. Outlaws with chance now as they bring it in. Hobday. Shot. Good save by the backup goaltender for the Crude. We'll now get a chance to start up ahead here. Minute into this third period. Crude trying to come back from being down 5 goals 2 separate times. They'll be turned over, though, as they tried to bring it into Beaumont's territory. Sent across far side, waiting. Getting the shot off. Owen gets caught up in the equipment. And St. Albert starts up ahead with Wedman. Returning it far side. They'll walk all the way across as Bowie spinning to avoid the check. Bowie finds the trailer, trying to barge his way in as James. Dawson James still hangs on, gets the pass away, but unable to make anything happen with that. Beaumont with possession. They'll drop it off as it's on the far side. Trailer coming in is number 14, Turner. They'll hang on. Turner trying to spin away. Maloney drops it off. Shot by Turner is snared, and the Crude will get possession back. Far side now. 2:15 gone by in the third. Locking in, stopping up. They'll give it all the way back to James. Dawson James will wait for a change to be completed behind the play. Fresh on is Wells, but will instead be dropped off as that's Stenson. Getting it back up to the point. And then a collision in behind the play. Signal is an elbow, and it'll be Outlaws ball as they find Regan Walker. Walker hangs onto it patiently, drops it back up top. Hildebrand still with it, dropped it for Hobday. Hobday to Maloney and then back to Hildebrand. Hildebrand trying to get to the front of the net. That one missed. It'll fall right back in for Dickin, though. Dickin tries a shot. That one bounces lightly over top of Gage. Shot clock runs out, and the Crude will start back away. Near side this time. Or pardon me, far side. Run into the boards. Knocked off the ball. That was, by the looks of it, Knowlton. Outlaws have possession as they go on the far side. Changes completed behind the play. Will stop and turn. Dropped off at the line. It's 27 who will try and feather it through. That one stopped once again by Peck. And St. Albert once again coming away. Bowie hangs on. More changes complete. Bowie is double teamed. Run into the sideboards. In support is James. It's a 5-player tie-up along the far side. Ball will bounce into Weatherby's possession. Weatherby with a swim move gets around. He's got a burst of speed. He'll stop up. Weatherby just before the arc sends it down low. Good save there off the shot from Goudreau. Goudreau gets it back. Drops for Walker. Walker waiting. Still hangs on as he tries to find a way to the net. He does so. His shot, though, is turned aside. Rebound falls into Outlaws' possession. Maloney still with it. Maloney, the flip for Hobday. Hobday cannot corral that pass. And now the Crude regain possession. Wells trying to walk across the center line, gets met and drilled. But he does get the pass away. Play continuing as the Crude hang on to it. It's dropped over to the side. James, flip pass, and then back to Robertson. Coming in. His shot just deflected over top. Beaumont with a chance here. Coming back in. Ball bouncing all around. Dickin gets it. Shot, missed left. And having the stick knocked out of his hands was Turner. We might have a penalty here on the play as Turner goes and recollects the stick. See who the infraction is against. Like they signaled illegal substitution. And off to serve it will be Aiden Valentine once again. So advantage here for the Outlaws, who scored 3 times with the advantage in the second frame. I'll look to score another one here. Maloney starts it with a give and go. Sends it down side. Fernando Rondo might apologize. Shot hits the back of the cage. Crude now collect and start up ahead. Bursting in with a lot of speed, trying to just force his way through is Tyson Smith. And he will eventually, still hanging on, doing a great job of fending off the back check as he tries to get a shot away at the very least. Comes out in front, snared by the Outlaws who start back the other way. Walking in, Hildebrand, the pass across, shot, score, and that's Peyton Cook with his third of the game. 12-7 Outlaws lead. Fort Saskatchewan, discover a place where family fun meets opportunity. Visit their historic downtown scenic parks and River Valley. Work in a thriving community. Play where every moment is memorable. Visit, work, and play in Fort Saskatchewan. And at the rate the Outlaws are going, they are going to be heading out to play near Fort Saskatchewan in a very good mood. They lead 12-7 here with 13:38 to go. Hildebrand the assist on the third of the game for Cook. As St. Albert responds in kind. Long after the Outlaws extend, 5 will be as far as they go with the lead once again. St. Albert did not take long to get that one back. So another draw at center. 2 goals in very quick succession, which we have seen multiple times this game. We saw it back in the first with 2 Outlaws goals sandwiching a Crude tally. Johnson Jenkins announced as the goal scorer. Outlaws with the ball once again. Up by 4, wanting to add on to their lead, barging his way to the net front is Hildebrand. He'll be gathered on the rebound by the Crude, who have a chance as they walk in. Running with his burst of speed and scoring is Lucas Bowie. They have some momentum now. 2 goals, 34 seconds apart. And 12-7 becomes 12-9. Crude not going into the night quietly. So another face-off here. We're 7-11 in to this third period, and we've got a whole snack bag full of excitement down the stretch on this one. Parker McConnell, the goal scorer, and then here we go. Told you we have some excitement down the stretch. And this one looking like it's Carter Dickens' tally. So 4 goals combined in quick succession. Time of this one, 7:21, just 10 seconds after the most recent Crude tally. Dickens restores the lead to 4 goals. And now they look for more. Hobday hangs on, puts it far side. They'll get the pass back, or it'll be Hildebrand who gets the pass back from Richardson. Sending it over to Maloney. Maloney drops it off. Hobday back up top. Hildebrand trying to fight his way to the net front, and he scores! Hildebrand once again. 14-9. 5-goal lead once again for the Outlaws. Well, in under 2 minutes, we've had 5 tallies combined as these two teams lighting up the night in the last game of the season for the Crude, the last home game of the season for the Outlaws. Bramble tally. Hildebrand the goal scorer. And Hobday announced as the assist. Regan Walker will get the secondary. Walking back in is Robertson trying to find a way around. Dish off to the side. Waiting. Trying a shot that was wide right. And another chance. This one's a good stop by Couturier. Outlaws might have a chance. It's solo effort. Weatherby walking in. Save off the pads. Back into the game is Will Horn, and he makes a great save on that play. Sent back up ahead, Crude now. Looking for a response. They still have time, but they're down once again by 5. They play it to Robertson on the near side. Tries the centering feed for Wells. That one goes wide of the cage. Outlaws with once more a chance to make it a 6-goal lead. They'll start it off on the far side, get some changes in. Hildebrand to Hobday. Hobday sending it down for Maloney and back up top. Hobday drops off onto the side. That one missed. And trying to capture that is Horn. He'll do so. Drop it off for Wedman. Wedman near side. Bursting in across the middle as he gets triple teamed. Knocked away. Peyton Cook has a chance. Burst of speed. Cook shot. Good save, or it might have missed. Either way, rebound collected by the Crude. They have it on the far side as changes of personnel once more in effect. They walk it in. Top of the arc. Pass goes across as they were looking for James. He'll be back near side. Then they go across. James dropping the pass off. Goes in for Wells. Wells, his shot is easily denied by Couturier. Outlaws will go back the other way. Once more with a chance. Polson, as he has to fend off Nestor. We'll get up for Hildebrand. Hildebrand, swim move. Down low to the line. As the Outlaws finish making changes, they get back to Maloney. Maloney drops it off. Dickin already has won the period. His shot goes wide to the left. Shot clock expires. Crude have the ball. 9:15 to go in this game. It's been quick to say the least, but it's been action-packed. As it's back into the Outlaws' possession. Polson drops off. Hobday has to settle it down. Going all the way back near the penalty box doors. Hobday, swim move. Trying to walk in. Drops it off instead. Goes back Hildebrand. Hildebrand patiently sends it near side Maloney. Fighting towards the center. That one's shot at Horn. He'll turn it aside with the chest. Crude now, far side. Run up against the boards. They get the pass to James. Dawson James. His pass will ultimately not connect. The player met as he tried to receive it. Back the other way. Outlaw shot. Stopped by Horn. They'll look to gather the rebound. It's Goudreau. And he has Sutherland in support. Falling back on it is Horn to thwart that opportunity. Wedman starts the side. Gets over to the far half boards. And the Crude now gets set. Wells drops it off. 24 walking in. Near side. Back up to Robertson. Robertson waiting. Dealing. Just out of the reach of Nestor. They'll come all the way on to Couturier. Couturier has to be careful handling it there. As in his feet. And he'll put the glove on it as that was rolling in towards his net, but he makes sure it stays out of harm's way. Back up ahead looking for Dickin. Dickin could not grab that one out of midair. It'll be Bowie walking it in. Lucas Bowie drops it off. Trying to find Nestor. Instead, ratchets back to Wells. Wells waits, shoots. Didn't make it through. It's turned aside, but a good shot there. St. Albert maintains possession. 7:15 to go, third period. St. Albert looking for a late rally. As the shot from the top of the arc misses by a wide margin, then bounces up to the roof. The Outlaws back the other way. Weatherby shot, score on the empty net. First 6-goal lead of the game for the Outlaws. 15-9, 7:01 to go. Be sure to get your CROW LAX TV 50/50 tickets. Draw will take place following the playoffs on Monday, July 29th. Maximum take home of $10,000. Scan the QR code on your screen now or visit our social media channels for more information at CROW LAX TV on Instagram and X. Any comeback dreams for the Crude? We're now down 15-9 inside of 7 minutes to go in regulation time. Pass attempt. Oh, bounce over to the far side. Hobday. Olsen announced as the assist. Hobday sends it far side. Waiting is Kai Ellis. He'll get the pass across. Turner hangs on, drops off. Maloney across. Waiting, sending up to Hobday. Hobday had it knocked loose from his stick, and then Dawson James fighting hard for it. Stick battle in the corner, and then James himself gets pinned up by 2 players to the corner boards. So, in the corner, the stoppage here. At Vimy Lacrosse, excellence is a standard, led by some of the province's most decorated and experienced instructors. They are dedicated to molding well-rounded student athletes. Vimy Lacrosse, the fusion of sport, academics, personal growth. Unleash your potential with Vimy Lacrosse. Explore the academy by visiting vimy.ca/lacrosse. So following the stoppage, we'll look to get back underway. 6:14 to go in the third period. 15-9 score favoring the home side here. The Outlaws looking to win their final home game of the season. Crude now want a response. Robertson trying to get the pass away. Does so. And then the shot from Wells finds a seam. Goes into the net. Wells the goal. That puts St. Albert into double digits, 15-10. Any shot is a good shot. That one looked like it beat Couturier 5-hole. Now we'll see what the plan is for St. Albert. Getting back to within 5 and 5:55 to go in this contest. Saw forthcoming at center. They have it on the far side. Elliott with the assist. Maintained now by the Crude. Shot. Went wide of the net, and then the rebound bounces all the way out to center. Ellis trying to catch up to it. Lost control of it for a moment, but he'll get back. As they begin to give and go, Ellis has it on the far side. 5:25 to go in the contest. Ellis hits the trailer. It's Turner. Flipping it back to Ellis. Ellis over to Maloney on the near side. Down low, Hobday. Tried to send it back to Ellis. Ellis has to go back and retrieve that hot pass. Hobday fires one through, and that's patted aside by Horn. Horn will scoop it up, drop it over to the far side as the Crew make changes behind the play. Elliott gives it over. Crew players hanging on as Elliott gets the pass back from the far side. Elliott waits, drops off Stenson, down low, back out to Wells. Wells, Stenson, shot missed left. Shot clock goes off, but they have possession, so the shot clock is reset. Stenson, down low, walking out towards the top of the arc, comes back for Wells. Wells, shot through. He was trying the 5-hole again. This time, Couturier was ready for it. Flipped over to the corner. 4 1/4 left here in the game. Tie up in the corner will result in a St. Albert possession as they manage to hang on. They're going to pull the goalie once more. 6 on 5. Wells over to Elliott. Elliott patiently waits for his team to get set. Wells, Elliott, give and go. Illegal substitution is signaled. 7 players on the court. A little bit of a miscommunication, and so they'll be short for the next 2 or less. That'll, of course, force Will Horn to come back in on the Crude side. Advantage here for the Outlaws. 3:52 to go. Third period, 15-10 lead. Outlaws look to restore a 6-goal edge. Maloney, far side, drops back up for Hobday. Hobday gets it down low, and the miscommunication will force Hobday to keep it in. A good keep, though, by Dickin, and it bounces over the half court. That'll turn it over to the Crude. Wedman gives over far side, bursting onto the scene. It was Robertson, he gets it in. Sorry, it's Elliott. And tie up right near the Outlaws goal line as Beaumont fights for possession back in their own hands. They get it. And Sutherland bursting in. Sutherland, a shot, a good save by Horn into the netting. Crude with possession once again. Wedman waits for everybody to get set up. They'll drop it off for Elliott. Elliott waiting. Walks in on the near side as they just try and run this clock out. On the penalty, 50 seconds remaining. Elliott walking it. Far side. Bounces back. Shot, score! They get a shorthanded tally. Well, we're not done yet. 2:35 to go. St. Albert manages to find a shorty, and they're not done quite at this moment. For a finish here. There's 44 seconds of time left in the penalty. Face off at center once again. St. Albert with the shorty. They might look for another. It is scooped up by Nestor. Nestor, pass across with a shot. Good save by Couturier. Beaumont now, one last chance here as they have 25 left in the advantage. Maloney waits for everybody to get set up. 19 on the shot clock, 18 on the penalty clock. Maloney gets it back, hanging on to it, dropping it off to the side. Dickin returns Maloney. Shot. Missed on the left side, but they maintain the rebound. Back up to Hildebrand. Hildebrand waltzing through. Good save by Horn off the attempt from Hildebrand out wide. Beaumont gets restarted. Penalties over. Back to even strength. 1:45 left in the game. St. Albert gets possession. They might try and pull the goalie once again, down now by just 4, but Beaumont looking to snuff that idea. They're stuffed. St. Albert walking away. Crude have possession. They'll look to pull, and they do so. 6-on-5. As they walk it back in. Pass almost saluted everybody. They will hang on. The most recent goal scorer getting it across for Elliott. Dishes off to the side. Stenson could not hang on. This will bounce over to the far half boards, back in his horn. He'll try and stop the shot, and he does so. Shot coming from Goudreau, denied. 56.8 seconds left in the game. St. Albert with potentially one last gasp here, down by 4. Wedman, far side, hangs onto it, drops off Elliott at the line, sends it to Stenson. Stenson walking in, his shot bounces over to the corner. Wells to collect. Wells trying to send it back. Elliott across. Shot from Stenson, misses. Bounces all the way back for Nestor. Shot clock expires, and it will be a Beaumont possession. Hustling back into the net is Will Horn, and the Outlaws could be content to just run the clock out. They will win their final home game of the season by a final score of 15-11. They have some momentum going to their final game at the Moyer Rec Center on Sunday. Tough way to end the season for the Crew, but they at least kept it alive right to the very end. 15-11 the final score from Ken Nickel Rec Center here in Beaumont. They will go thank their keepers. That will do it for this game. And if you're an Outlaws fan, look forward to the final game on Sunday at Moyer against the Rebels. I'm Lexi McFarland, signing off.